On the exterior, it may just look like a church, but in actuality, it is one of the 3 polling places you can find here in Shippensburg. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, and that means it is municipal elections here in the great state of Pennsylvania. And while these elections may seem on the smaller scale of things, it could have massive ramifications both for the upcoming presidential election and what's being taught in your students' classrooms. This election day, seats are up for grabs in the Superior Courts, the Commonwealth Courts, and most importantly, a single seat in the state Supreme Court. Looking at the Supreme Court race, voters will be determining who takes over the seat once held by Chief Justice Max Baer, who passed away in September of last year. The 2 candidates are Daniel D. McCaffrey for the Democrats and Carolyn Carluccio for the Republican ticket. It should be noted that the Democrats would still have the majority in the court if Carluccio were to secure a victory. But the outcome of the November 7th election could have effects that ripple through to the presidential election now less than a year away. If you remember back to 2020, Pennsylvania was one of those swing states that ultimately secured a Biden victory, despite efforts from Republican lawmakers to overturn those results. The court also upheld the state's mail-in voting laws, which are still set to make up a large number of next year's voting population. Here in Shippensburg, voters young and old were out early to make their voices heard. Here's what a few of them had to say.
Honestly, just more the fact that we have the opportunity to vote and we're lucky enough to have the chance to vote in any either small or major election. So anytime I get a chance to vote, I always take my opportunity.
Individuals within my age range come out to vote, and so it's important for me to show that I voted and you should too as well. And in order for us to see change and see progress in the United States, I think it's important for us to kind of come out here and show that we are voting, and the more people that come out and vote, it's the more of an impact that we have.
Arguably the biggest battleground that is going to be fought on in this election, as well as the presidential election, is going to be right here in the classroom. On the ballot is not just the courts, but in areas like Shippensburg, several seats on the area's school board, with incumbent candidates taking on relative newcomers, all fighting over opposing views of numerous controversies in the classroom. From the teaching of critical race theory to allowing transgender athletes to compete in the sport of their choosing. For SUTV News, I'm Adam Beam.